Doubles and coffee. Wait, PNM. A parade? A parade is what y'all arguing and fighting for. But I shouldn't be shocked because y'all got the picture government. The penny beckers. You take a picture in front of a mailbox. Or you take a picture in front of a bus shed made of galvanized and call it a center transportation hub. Or you take picture every time, everywhere you go. No substance, no value, no policy, no improvement. Trinidad and Tobago going downhill towards a failed state status, and you, the PNM, didn't care. So Kamala Persad-Bissessar, her cabinet and her government, in the midst of a state of emergency, called by the Prime Minister based on advice, information, intelligence from the Commissioner of Police, that there's something underhand at bay, that there's serious threats to our democracy, to our institutions, to the judiciary, to office holders, independent institutions, to lawyers, to the legal fraternity, to police, to prison officers. And in a state of emergency, Kamala Persad-Bissessar sits, thinks, and then decides that it is not worth the risk to put all of these groups of people together in one place at one time. The government, the opposition, the judiciary, the Chief Justice, the President, the police, the Defense Force, the Coast Guard, and all of these incredible people who are there to protect us, to put them all in one place. When the criminal element, anybody who means harm to Trinidad and Tobago, know that on that day, at that specific time, during those hours, Trinidad and Tobago's eyes, Trinidad and Tobago's most passionate protectors will be focused on a parade. Kamala Persad-Bissessar says, for this threat, citizens, we will not have a parade. We will stay home and celebrate our nation, take a day of prayer and reflection, stay in our communities and work towards praying for help for Trinidad and Tobago to come out of the morass that we've been in, created and exacerbated by 9.5 years of PNM arrogant, incompetent rule. That every citizen hold their families close, pray, and celebrate Independence Day, so that no threat, no harm could come to her citizens. And when she makes that decision with a heart that cares, with love, the PNM, and look who, Lollipop, Amory Brown. Amory Brown, tell the people why they used to call her Lollipop in UE. Tell them that. Amory Brown comes out and makes the most ludicrous, asinine, puerile attack on Kamala Persad-Bissessar. That she didn't want to go to the parade, so she canceled a parade because when she was leader of the opposition, she missed some parade. When Kamala Persad-Bissessar was Prime Minister, May 2010, which meant August 2010, August 2011, August 2012, August 2013, August 2014, she attended and was proud, like a boss, to take part in Independence Day parades. So where this clown, Amory Brown, concocts, fabricates, and comes up with such a simplistic, stupid, puerile comment that any adult human being will be ashamed of, that Kamala ain't want to go to the parade, so she canceled the parade, you blithering idiot Lollipop. And to you, the population that listen to them, then the next one saying, how the parade, same Amory Brown and the PNM, the parade is for poor people, and therefore Kamala don't like poor people. Yeah? Poor people are dying in greater numbers. Poor people are greater victims to crime, living around it, living in a society where self-imposed curfew is the norm. Children can't play on the streets because they're hotspot communities. Poor people suffering more than anybody because of crime and criminality and criminal elements. poor people cannot even get pizza delivered because delivery men don't want to go in the areas. And all those areas happen to be in PNM held constituencies since 1956. So Amory Brown said that Kamala Prasad Bisesa humbugging poor people. Kamala Prasad Bisesa, based on her policies when she's Prime Minister, shows not only the care and the talk, but she walks the walk. Children Life Fund, laptop for everybody, increase grants, reduce the poverty rate, increase jobs, increase allocation, differently able, food card, baby grant, MIC, more gate, sporting funding, pan in schools. Everything Kamala Prasad Bisesa has done, which is on record, is for poor people, is for those that are most in need. Whereas you, Amory Brown, sat down there quiet with a lollipop in your mouth when Rowley and Stuart Young and Al-Rawi recused themselves. Randall Mitchell recused himself and get rental of your own building from Pan Fraternity and say he loved Pan. While you and the PNM raided this country, decimated the energy sector with small pin, crime 622 murders per year with Fitzgerald et Albert Hines, no water from 74% 24/7 supply in 2014 under Kamala down to 12% under Marvelous Marvin, who probably like lollipop like you. You ought to share lollipop, and you have the audacity to attack Kamala Prasad Bisesa. Kamala Prasad Bisesa never wants anything bad for Trinidad and Tobago. But she's a Prime Minister who cares and wants to protect each and every one of us. And if those in charge, those given the responsibility for our safety and our security, have said that there is a threat, she will listen, hear, think, and decide. Furthermore, people have been crying out for the banning of fireworks because of the attack on the senses of the elderly, the newborns, the babies, the children. That fireworks wreak havoc in Trinidad and Tobago with people's pets, the animals at the zoo. Animals have to be sedated. Some die because of the fireworks. Kamala Prasad Bisesa also decided no fireworks, ban the fireworks, mainly because of the threat and secondarily because of the noise pollution and how it impacts a large sector of our population, human and animals. Faris Al-Rawi hug up his dog, say how he loved his dog 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and that he would bring legislation to ban and regulate fireworks. He did absolutely nothing. Kamala Prasad Bisesa showed the testicular fortitude to stand up for those most in need, to stand up for those animals whose hearing is far greater than that of human beings, and says we can celebrate our nationhood, we can be patriotic, we can love Trinidad and Tobago without noisy fireworks, without a parade that puts all of our lives in jeopardy, all of the citizens, all of the protective services. These are decisions that are made by a Prime Minister who loves her people and cares for her people. So Amory Lollipop Brown, Penelope Do Nothing Beckles, who wake up after 20 years of slumber. I would have said Sleeping Beauty, but it's not apt. Stay in all your lane. The country is being led by a Prime Minister who cares, who speaks, who decides and takes decisions for everyone. Does not protect any 1%, Anthony Wilson. She will ensure the resources go to all. Everybody has a chance to compete, to live, to thrive in Trinidad and Tobago. So happy Independence Day. A parade is not about patriotism. A parade is not necessary to love your country. A parade is not necessary to show who we are. We are who we are because we are Trinidad and Tobago. Because we have to bring our community back. Because we have to bring back the old time days. Because we have to get back to basics. We are together. We are a melting pot. We are all races, all ethnicities, all religions living together. We must protect each other. We will stand our ground against the criminals. We stand with Kamala Prasad Bisesa, our Prime Minister. We do not stand with the PNM, who forms companies with gangsters in England. We don't stand with the PNM, who comes to leave poor people and black people in sufferation. We don't stand with the PNM who says a baby milk grant is irresponsible spending, but renting a tight pants mama pool building is good spending. Fire burn the PNM. Fire burn Penny. Fire burn you, Amory Lollipop Brown. Bless.